I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 2nd of September. Earl, a hurricane approaching Category 5 strength in the Atlantic. And around here, really nice weather, especially for the Labor Day weekend. Let's take a look at the images this morning. We'll start with the Tuscaloosa Skycam. Are you ready for some football? Opening weekend for the college teams. Really beginning tonight. UAB plays at Legion Field tonight against Florida Atlantic. 7 o'clock kickoff. Great weather for that game. Alabama plays at that stadium you're looking at Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. Perfect weather there. About 80 at kickoff, 60s by the fourth quarter. And hey, let's look at the Auburn Skycam because Auburn plays at the same time. 6 o'clock Saturday evening against Arkansas State. And again, great weather. Clear with about 78, 79 at kickoff, and they'll be in the 60s by the fourth quarter. Zero chance of rain. And there's the Fayette County Courthouse on a beautiful early September morn. Here's a water vapor satellite shot. Trough rolling through the northern plains just in time to turn Earl northeast as it kisses the coast of the United States over the next 2 days. Going to be a pretty rough ride from the Outer Banks up to Cape Cod. Of course, we're clear here, and numbers look pretty good. Mostly 60s. The cool spot, Haleyville at 62. Cullman 64. Birmingham at 69 at 5 o'clock. Convective outlook. Got a risk of severe weather today along that surface front from near Abilene, Texas to near Chicago and Milwaukee. And, of course, by the time it reaches us tomorrow evening, there won't be much moisture to work with. And accordingly, rain should not be all that impressive. There's the QPF chart suggesting barely enough to measure for the northwest part of the state and really nothing for the rest of Alabama. And again, there could be a shower or storm out there late tomorrow. Yes, but they should be few and far between. And beyond that, things look dry for a while. Take your pick. Earl, Fiona, Gaston, and that new wave coming off the coast of Africa. Hermine, perhaps, in coming days. Here's a look at Earl. This thing's a big one. Top winds, 145 miles per hour. Yikes. Excellent symmetry, and we think, though, it's peaking in intensity right now. More than likely, it's going to weaken slowly, and by the time it reaches the Outer Banks tomorrow night, or tonight, I should say, it should be a Category 3, but still, it's a very dangerous storm. There's the track, and again, it's pretty clear-cut now. This thing will be just off the Outer Banks after midnight tonight at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, and then late tomorrow night, just after midnight, just touching Cape Cod, and by then it should be a Category 2 or a 1. But obviously the potential for coastal flooding is great along and north of the center where the onshore flow will be. And a lot of evacuations in progress, and going to be a rough ride for our friends up and through there. We all know that. All right, Fiona, that's the tropical storm coming up behind Earl that is now north of Puerto Rico, east of the Bahamas. Top winds are 50 miles per hour, and the thing has got some convection again around the center. And there's a look at the guidance, and again, it's pretty clear-cut. This thing will be pretty close to Bermuda late tomorrow night. Is a tropical storm, not a hurricane, and then it recurves well east of the United States. So Fiona should not be a problem for the U.S. Gaston, that's an interesting one out here. This is a lower latitude system, and whether this recurves or chugs toward the Caribbean, don't know yet. This is out there around 38 west. But look at the modeling on Gaston. And again, instead of that hook toward the pole, the North Pole, this one instead is moving more westerly here. And you can see most of the guidance has this thing moving toward the Leeward Islands. And the intensity scheme, all the models ramp this on up to a hurricane. In fact, some bring it up to Category 2 strength in 5 days. And the Hurricane Center track is in pretty good agreement with the guidance. They've got this thing by Monday night of next week at 55 west. And again, it'll be at the fork in the road there, and I don't know, and nobody knows yet if this will recurve or come across the Caribbean, maybe threatening the Gulf. I'll show you the GFS in a moment, what it does with it. And out there in the eastern Atlantic, there's the wave off the coast of Africa that could be Hermine, perhaps. And wave train just keeps on coming. And don't look now, but hey, we've got some convection in the Gulf, just a little cluster down there. That's west of Key West and way south of Pensacola. Just we can't keep our eye off of that. That water down there is totally untouched. All right, the GFS, this is the OZ run, valid at 1 o'clock today. There's your strong trough up north. Here's Earl. We're dry. Pretty hot today. We could hit the mid-90s, but the humidity should be low. Take a look at tomorrow, midday. This is 1 o'clock tomorrow. There's a surface front coming in from the northwest, and again, that might kick off a few isolated showers, probably nothing beyond that. Earl is just east of Chesapeake Bay. And again, that's going to be a pretty wild, windy day for our folks, our friends from the Tidewater on north. Go to Friday night at a little after midnight. Look how close that thing is to Cape Cod. It's basically touching the Cape. And still, it could be a Category 2 hurricane or maybe a strong 1. And that's going to cause some issues up there. And then Saturday, it's up in Nova Scotia. And we're dry and a new, nice, refreshing air mass dropping in here. I'm telling you, the Labor Day weekend just looks fantastic. Guidance is still suggesting highs in the mid-80s. 84, in fact, is the number being spit out by the GFS. There's Sunday morning. It's going to be nice. We'll be in the 50s, first time since May. And some of the cooler valleys might get down there toward 50 degrees. We have to wonder if Valley Head or one of the cooler pockets might come in at 49. And there's Monday. Same thing. We'll start the day in the 50s. We'll warm up a little bit. The daytime high should be close to 90. And there's Tuesday of next week. We stay dry. Wednesday, 594 rings tries to show up there, so we might heat up a little bit. Still looks dry. And a week from today, rain-free. Let's go a little bit deeper. How about the 13th? Hey, now. That's that thing down there just east of Miami. Could very well be Gaston. On the 14th, it turns north. And on the 15th, it's recurving east of Hatteras. And this is pure voodoo out here. You know that if you've watched this for a long time. This is not gospel. But again, the GFS has been very consistent in the idea of Gaston recurving just east of the United States and not reaching the Gulf. But again, that is not carved in stone. But certainly considering the history of the first few tropical systems, the fact that the NAO has been negative, we've had troughing over the east, you have to think that maybe that is a plausible idea. We'll see. On the 17th, end of the forecast, 588 ridge. And again, that's not going to bring us a polar front. And again, that looks relatively quiet out there. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.